Hi, welcome to the course selection fair. My name is Miss West. I'm delighted you're here today. Thank you for joining us. I apologize that I can't be here, but I wanted to give you an overview of the different classes that we offer in music at George Mason. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video which talks about IB Music Symphonic, Wind Ensemble, and Percussion class. So the class I'd like to begin with is IB Music. IB Music is a really interesting class, especially if you just really like to listen to music. We listen to many different types of music, we create music, we understand the context of music. Students often talk about, after they get into IB Music, how they really start to listen to music differently. Listening to music becomes a different type of an experience. It becomes a really almost profound experience. We do different types of projects. One of them is students bring in a piece of music they find really interesting. A lot of times students have great musical libraries, and we try to encourage students to use their music that they listen to frequently. So they take this music and they break it down. What does the melody sound like? What is the rhythm like? What's the harmony like? How is the form? How is the structure of the song put together? And students start to understand the music on a much deeper level. So we explore not only Beethoven, but we also talk about Britney Spears and auto-tuning. I mean, every topic that's interesting to the class is something that we try to utilize. In terms of what the IB expects from the class, there's a variety of components. One of them is a performance component. It can be on a solo instrument, it can be in a group, like a chorus, a band, an orchestra, or it can also be music technology. So you have the option to actually create or perform music using a GarageBand or any type of music software that allows you to create your own sounds and put them together. So that is part of the first requirement for the IB. The second requirement for the class is they ask you to write a paper, a quote-unquote essay of 2,000 words or less, which basically takes two pieces that you choose and compares and contrasts them. The third thing that is involved with the IB is the written paper at the end of the year. They have an exam where you sit and the only thing that's on the exam is 5 musical extracts from all different perspectives, genres. It can be anything. I think one of the myths of IB Music is that you have to play an instrument. It certainly helps, but if you're someone who's interested in music technology, that is certainly one of the ways that they consider a performance option. So composing is an integral part of IB Music, much more in the second year than the first year. If you take HL Music, you will spend most of your time working on musical compositions. It's 3 different styles, and it's the option to work with a professional composer if you're interested, or the option is to make 3 different music videos using different like GarageBand or other music software to create your own sound. So the myth is that you have to play an instrument, but that's not the case. Another great thing about IB Music is that I do not give much homework on that class.
Take IB Music because I learned a lot how to compose, a lot about music theory and music history, most importantly. It's really in-depth in that regard. I think you need to have somewhat of a background in music in order to take it, but if you have at least that spark there, you can certainly try your hand at it because it's very fun and easy to explain. Learned how to better understand music in general, like both from a listening perspective and from just looking at sheets of paper long enough that I understand a lot more how music is structured and organized.
I believe that music isn't just limited to those who perform. I believe it can be for those who don't perform, for those a bit quieter. I believe that everybody should learn an art. Music, I believe, is one of the best. However, I am biased. My favorite part of the IB Music course has been analyzing scores. I'm not very good at it yet, but I love reading into scores, seeing what the composer is thinking, what they use, and breaking a complex piece down into smaller parts. I really like that.
Music's just always been something I've been interested in since I was little, and I'm also trying to figure out what I want to do after high school, so I thought it would be a great thing to explore. If you don't know how to read music, I would consider taking more time into doing that. I knew a little, but I had to put a little more effort than the other students who had actually been in chorus or band. Yeah, that was actually kind of cool. I guess I could say that I wrote something, but I did like writing the music. It was fun.
Well, we've written a bass line and put simple melodies over the top, and we did variations on Frere Jacques.
I learned about music theory, music composing, and I really think it prepared me for college when I'm entering to be a music major. My first composition is for piano and tenor saxophone, classical piece, and at first it was a slow process, but then it got faster as it moved along with help from Miss West and Eric Nielsen from the Music Comp website. So I think it was pretty successful.
What would you recommend this class to people who aren't going to school to be a music major?
Yeah, I would, because the knowledge and the history you learn in this class is very valuable, and it gives you a greater appreciation for music.
Like, can you talk a little bit about your composition and what you learned from working on the composition?
Well, I learned so much from it. It took me a while to complete it, but I really enjoyed it.
IB Music because I wanted to know more about music. I like all types of music, and I wanted to know about music theory and how to analyze music. And I think it'd be great for anyone who's a music lover, or if you're in band, it will really strengthen your skills.
So for those of you who do play an instrument, I'm just going to give an overview of the band department and the percussion class. For those of you who don't play an instrument, this is for you. I know that some of you who did the videos for this are probably coming to see your videos, so here goes that. But to start out with, really quickly, there's 3 different performing ensembles. There's a percussion class. In the percussion class, this is open to anyone who wants to learn to play a percussion instrument. The percussion class includes instruments like snare drum, bass drum, timpani, mallets, all the auxiliary percussion, drum set. So in percussion, we only deal with what I call a percussion band. And what we do in this class is we learn the different playing techniques of each instrument. We do ensembles with just the percussion. The mallets have the melody, and the other instruments play the rhythm behind the melody. We perform on the concerts, and they also play the percussion parts for the symphonic band. So there's the percussion class, which again is open to anyone. In regards to symphonic band and wind ensemble, symphonic band is not auditioned. Anyone is welcome to take symphonic band. Wind ensemble is an audition group for more advanced students. The music is a little more challenging. All of the bands play on the spring trip. This year we're going to Chicago. Last year we went to, played at Carnegie Hall. We've been to many different places since I've been here, Toronto, Atlanta, Florida. But all the groups play on that, including the percussion class. We have several different winter and spring concerts. We also have district events, district jazz band, state jazz bands, district for the symphonic bands, and the wind ensemble as well. And the wind ensemble is the group that I pull the jazz ensemble from, as well as small groups like the flute quartet. We've had clarinet quintets, we've had brass quintets that are also rehearsed during that time.
I think one of the reasons why it's really valuable to join band or stay in band is because it's really, really nice to have a class that's not academic. It's not necessarily for grades, it's not tests, it's not studying, it's creative, and it uses a different part of your brain, and it's really a huge relief to be able to go to band class and know that you can go into this whole different space and be thinking in a whole different way with new people and new ideas and working on a skill that you can get really, really good at.
Keep making music because it will be your only artistic output and will be a chance for you to create something. High school band only gets better the longer you stay.
I would like to tell you that playing an instrument is one of the best parts of high school. It is so much fun and you get to meet great new people. Stick with the instrument you love and join the high school band.
Band is a great class to take because it opens you up to more musical opportunities like playing handbells or being in the orchestra for the musical, and it just helps you to grow as a musician.
So when I first moved to this school, the best friendships and the first friendships that I made were in band because band people are just amazing, like this human. Hello. And it's just really great to be with other people who care just as much about music as you do, and everyone's just really awesome.
Band is a really great class to take because not only is it fun and rewarding, but it also looks really good on college applications because colleges like to see that not only are you taking the classes that are required, but you're taking a class that's creative, and they also like to see commitment.
Hi guys!
Hi.
We are band members and we're here to tell you why you should continue to do band or take band. So one of the reasons is because we do band trips. So every year we go to, a bunch of kids from the band go to different places in the United States.
Like last year we went to Carnegie Hall and that was pretty dope.
It'll also give you a greater appreciation for music in general. Like when you're outside of band class and you hear music, you'll enjoy it more because you know what goes into it.
Hi, you guys should do band.
So I think the most amazing thing about band is how everybody has talents other than music, but they all kind of come together to play and to compete. Band also gives you many opportunities to work in the community and gain recognition for all of your hard work and everything you do in band.
Join band next year because the band trips are amazing.
So if you have any questions about any of these, I'm not going to go into great detail about the different types of bands, but if you have any questions, feel free to email me at westm@fccps.org. I hope you found this informational. If there's anything I didn't cover, again, feel free to contact me. Stop in the band office right here during Mustang Block, and always keep music close to your heart. Thanks and bye.